Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I am going to be answering someone regarding Numbers 31. And this is to answer the Muslim question, is Jesus a baby killer? No. But let's go ahead and read this. And I tell Muslims, read it. Read what is being said. Don't just copy and paste because you went to an Islamic website and said, look, here's the next section. Go and copy and paste this. That leaves you with no understanding of what was going on. So I think that it is very, very irresponsible on the part of Muslims to not read the whole entire thing to understand. Now, you demand context for the Quran. Well, you need to offer the same thing for the Bible that you are trying to debunk. But let's read here what it says actually. Numbers 31. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. This is letting Moses know after this he's going to die. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian. Of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall ye send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi, and Rechem, and Zor, and Hur, and Reba, 5 kings of Midian, Balaam also the son of Beor, they slew with the sword. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives, and their little ones, that includes the little boys that Muslims have a problem with in this chapter, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods, and they burnt all their cities therein wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, all the princes of the congregation, went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known men by lying with him. But all the women and children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. Okay. This part here, God originally, what did he say? God originally told him, arm yourselves into the war. Okay, that's what he did. That was the command. And they warred against the Midianites as the Lord commanded Moses. Okay? When you get down to here, and Moses was wroth with the officers of the host. Moses said, have you saved all the women alive? Now, Muslim, I hope that you understand that this is Moses in his anger that commanded that. God only said, go war with the Midianites. It's all he said. Okay? So Moses added on more to that command. Because Moses said, how do you know that? Now here we see down here the portion of the booty or whatever. He's determining who gets that. So the ordinance of warfare is, see, Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to battle, this is the ordinance of the law which the Lord commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver and the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead. Everything that may abide the fire, you shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation, and all that abideth not the fire, you shall make go through the water. Now, this is written directly to the soldiers, okay? And the soldiers had to sit outside the camp for 7 days. And ye shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and ye shall be clean. And afterward ye shall come into the camp. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the chief fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts, between them that took the war upon them, who went out to battle, and between all the congregation. So here, God is not just saying, God's not saying, okay, only the men get this war booty. They have to literally purify every bit of everything they take. The metal goes through the fire. The cloth goes through the water. And the men have to go out and sit outside the city gate or outside the territory for 7 days. But here, the people of the congregation also, so it's nothing. They're not allowed to hold for themselves anything. They have to distribute it. And levy a tribute unto the Lord of the men of war which went out to battle. So if you went out and killed, you have, he's saying, levy a tribute to the Lord of the men of war which went out to battle. 1 soul of 500, both of the persons, and of the beeves, and of the asses, and of the sheep. Take it of their half, and give it to Eleazar the priest for an heave offering unto the Lord. And of the children of Israel's half thou shalt take 1 portion of 50, and of the portions of the beeves, of the asses, and of the flocks, and of all manner of beasts, and give them to the Levites, which keep charge of the tabernacle of the Lord. So God only told them, go war against Midian. What we see is that Moses got angry, and Moses then said, go out and do all of this. So you are blaming Yahweh for a commandment that Moses gave. And because Moses gave this command, now they have to fight in a certain way. And they cannot just fight because they want to kill somebody. They cannot do that. They cannot go to war for no reason. This is what this is saying. They cannot go to war for no reason. There has to be a justifiable cause for why they're going to war. And because they went to war, it's going to be levied of them. In other words, they're going to have to pay for the lives that they took. Okay, you understand? They're going to pay for the lives that they took. Now, he's saying this is going to be financially or whatever. You can't just take war booty. You have to offer it to the Lord. And the things here that he says that you can take the portion of, you have to offer half of them to the Levites. And the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of war had caught, was 600,000 and 70,000 and 5,000 sheep, and 12,000 beeves, and 1,000 asses, and 2,000 persons in all, of women that had not known men by lying with them. And the half, which was the portion of them that went out to war, was in number 300,000 and 70 and 30,000 and 500 sheep. And the Lord's tribute of the sheep was 615. And the beeves were 36,000, which is the Lord's tribute, 12. And the asses were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 61. And the persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons. And Moses gave the tribute, which was the Lord's heave offering, unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord commanded Moses. And of the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided from the men that warred, now the half that pertained unto the congregation was 300,000 and 30,000 and 7,000 and 500 sheep. Even of the children of Israel's half, Moses took one portion of 50, both of man and of beast, and gave them unto the Levites, which kept the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the officers which were over thousands of the host, the captains of thousands and captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses, and they said unto Moses, Thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war, which are under our charge, and there lacketh not one man of us. We have therefore brought an oblation for the Lord, what every man hath gotten, of jewels of gold, chains and bracelets, rings, earrings, and tablets, to make an atonement for our souls before the Lord. The men had to pay for the lives that they took. They could not just take war booty. They could not just take women and rape them. No. They had to atone for their souls before the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of them, even all wrought jewels, and all the gold of the offering that they offered up to the Lord, of the captains of the thousands and of the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels. For the men of war had taken spoil, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of the thousands and of hundreds, and brought it into the tabernacle of the congregation, for a memorial for the children of Israel before the Lord. See? Why did they kill them to begin with? Well, it says up here, arm yourselves unto the war and let them go against the Midianites. because they were in the cult city of Peor, which was the city that worshipped Baal Fagor. Baal Fagor. That was the name of the demon that they worshipped in that city. They had sexually transmitted diseases, obviously, because it was only affecting the men who went to sleep with those. Those men were killed, by the way. So, here in 7, you only have God telling him to kill the Midianite men. That was it. That was the command of God. That's it. But when they came back, Moses was angry with them. And so this was all the rest of this was done by the command of Moses. So in his anger, did he say, well, go and get, but then they had to give all of what they took as spoil and give it to the Lord. They just could not just take and keep. Because it says down here, right? Because every man had taken spoil, every man for himself. They had to atone for that. You understand what it means? Because they killed these people at Moses' command, God was requiring of them atonement. So they themselves had to apologize. They had to ask forgiveness. They had to do something that would atone for taking the lives of those other innocent people, including the babies. You ask the question of a Christian. The Christians did not write this, okay? I can only give you the philosophical answer to this. Do I think that God would command the killing children? No. Because obviously the command at the beginning of this was not to kill children. It was just simply to go fight against the Midianites. That was it. But then Moses is the one who got angry. Why Moses got angry? That's something you'll have to take up with the Jews, because they're the ones that wrote this, okay? But I can only tell you from this philosophically. How is this related to Christ? Because they had to make atonement. You, Muslim, cannot make atonement on your own. No matter what you do, you will never be able to do enough good works. Never. Because once you do a bad sin, once you do a bad thing, that cannot be undone. That's what we're saying to you. The Christian is saying, what the bad things that you do cannot be undone. And because these acts were harmful and destructive to somebody else, you will never take that crime that you perpetuated against them. They will have to live with that forever. As long as they live, they will have to live with that. You will have to live with that. So there needs to be an atonement. And this is what Jesus said. The atonement is in him. He's the one who took all this sin upon himself. Because, Muslim, just like the Christian, there is nothing you can do that would ever be able to atone for the things that you do. Do you think that Muhammad was exempt from atonement? No, he would have had to make atonement. But Allah is a different God. So why are you requiring of Yahweh for what you claim Allah commands? What is going on here, Muslim? The point is, when God gives a command, keep only the command of God. When man gives a command, don't always follow the command of man. Because at the end, not only could they not bring the people back to life, they had to make atonement for it. That's the point, Muslim. To make atonement for means that they literally have to apologize to God. There you go, Muslim. I hope that you understand. Only follow what Yahweh says. Moses could have said at any time, God will have mercy on them. He could have. Because the Bible says that God desires mercy. So he gives the command, yes. But what were they fighting against? But Moses. You know, after this battle, Moses died. Muslim. The next time that you are asking a Christian something from Torah, please understand that the Christian is not under that old covenant. We can merely only tell you what we think was going on. We can't tell you beyond that. We cannot put words into God's mouth. We cannot put words into Moses' mouth. We cannot do that. We have to go with what it specifically says. And it specifically says that God only gave the first command. The rest was Moses. Okay? That's what that says. But Christians are not under that old covenant. Understand? We are under the new covenant. So this, God does not give us commands to kill. So, please, before you ask a Christian a question like this, right? Is Jesus the baby killer and what he'd kill him with, whatever? It doesn't say that. So we cannot put into the text what is not there. You understand? We can't do that. But because that is not our time now, that was under the old covenant in the ancient days. Okay? The world was different then. As you can see, blood was required for blood. The same as what it is in Islam. The blood of Christ no longer requires of you, your blood, not anymore. So I hope that that answers your question. Christians are under the new covenant. If you ask a Christian, will you go and, if God tells you to go kill these people, would you go kill them? First of all, God wouldn't tell the Christian that, okay? But you have to know the difference between what God commands and what man commands. Islam is very much what man commands. Because you are asked in Islam to follow Allah in his commands of killing And Islam is not in the ancient days. In fact, Islam is not under either covenant. Neither. Because Allah is a different God. Allah has no covenant with you. But when you come to Christ, you are under the new covenant. Now, Muslim, I seriously hope that you would really seriously read this to get an understanding of what was going on, because it's very disrespectful and shows complete ignorance of Scripture when you just copy and paste without even regarding what is being said in the text. I think that shows a level of immaturity and, like I said, ignorance. Okay, Muslim, there's your answer. Thank you for watching.
This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Behold, I have told you before. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Behold, I have told you before. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Behold, I have told you before. No man deceive you. Many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Then shall the end come. Then shall the end come. Therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Behold, he is in the desert, though not forth. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Behold, I have told you before. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end.